Hey guys, it's Vicky, and today I'm here to share with you my most anticipated spring reads. So these are books that I have on my TBR that I really want to get to this spring for one reason or another. And I have six books that I want to talk about. Only one of them is a new release, but whatever. So let's just go ahead and get into it. So first of all, I should definitely mention the new release that I'm highly anticipating, and that is Unburied Carol by Josh Malerman. As everyone knows, he is the author of Bird Box, which is just a beloved horror novel here on BookTube and elsewhere. I loved Bird Box. I just read it back in October, and I thought it was great, and so I'm really looking forward to reading his new release, and I believe it comes out April 10th, I want to say. Like I said, it's called Unburied Carol, and it is about a woman who she dies but is able to come back to life after she goes into almost like a coma state, and then she comes back to life. And not many people know that she has this gift, but her husband is one of them, and he decides that he wants her money because she has a stash of cash or something. He wants her money, and so he decides to kill her and bury her alive, which, wowza, that sounds awful. I am extremely claustrophobic. I sometimes don't even like wearing tight clothes because I'm like, I can't move, oh my god, I can't breathe. So to me, like, the idea of being buried alive is just, I just can't, nope, I just can't fathom it. So I feel like that book is going to just be really intense for me, and I'm really excited for it. So that is, like I said, the only new release that I have to talk about. The next book I hope to get to this spring is The Beginning of the World in the Middle of the Night by Jen Campbell. She is a booktuber and author. I absolutely love her booktube channel, and when she was talking about this book being released, she did a video where she read one of the short stories out of here. It is a short story collection, by the way. And I absolutely loved it and was like, yep, I have to get that. So I ordered it, and I just really want to get to it. The stories are very fairy tale-esque. And if you guys know Jen Campbell, she is really an expert on fairy tales and how they work and how to write them and everything. And so I just feel like these are going to be great, and I'm just really excited, and I just love this cover. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. But I don't know why, but I just felt like I wanted to read it in the spring. So I'm going to try to read it this spring. Next we have one of my classics that I want to read this year, and it's a chunker. And I wanted to read it sooner, but because I read Winter, and Winter was a chunker, it was like 800 pages, I was like, I'm having a little bit of a book hangover, so this will probably be more towards the end of spring that I decide to pick this up. But that book is Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell. I've heard this book is amazing, that it's epic, and that even though it is like 1,000 pages, that it doesn't read that way, and it reads very quickly, and I'm excited to get to it. It's just, like I said, I'm having a bit of a book hangover, and I need to kind of prepare myself to read this. So, like I said, maybe towards the end of spring I will get to this, but it's one that I definitely want to tackle. It's been on my shelves for so long, and like I said, it's so highly recommended that I definitely want to get to it. Next I have The Silkworm by Robert Galbraith, aka J.K. Rowling, and I really want to get to this because I read the first book in this series, The Cuckoo's Calling. I totally blanked for a second there. The Cuckoo's Calling, and I read it about a year ago. I think I read it last like May or June or something, and so it's been like a year, and I'm like, I really want to get back into this story because I really liked The Cuckoo's Calling. I especially loved Cormoran Strike, the main character, the private investigator. I thought he was a great character, and I really want to dive back into his world, and so I really want to get to this. I don't know anything about it. I'm assuming it's kind of another just like murder mystery or something, and he's like the private investigator looking into it, but I'm sure it's going to be good. And for some reason, it's just, I don't know why I want to read a murder mystery in the spring, but I do. So there's this one. And then the next one I really want to get to is a horror novel that I have been wanting to read since I got my hands on it, but for some reason I keep pushing it off. And I think I have this habit of, when I know I'm really going to love a book, I tend to push it off because I don't want it to be over with. I don't want to read it and have it be over with. Does that make any sense? Does anybody else do that? But this book is, I think, an example of that for me. And that book is Cold Moon Over Babylon by Michael McDowell. And I read his book, The Elementals, last year, and it was probably my favorite book that I read in 2017. It was just, to me, a fantastic horror novel. And so this one is kind of the follow-up for me because I haven't read any other Michael McDowell. And this one sounds equally good. And I'm really excited to get into the writing because I absolutely loved his writing in The Elementals. So I'm just really, really excited about this. But again, I'm like putting it off because I'm like, I don't want it to be over. But then again, he has a whole other catalog of books to get to. So I don't know what I'm holding out for. So I really want to read this, and I don't know too much about it other than it takes place in a town called Babylon, where I believe it is being haunted by a girl that was murdered there, I think. And yeah, I am so excited for this, and I can't wait to read it. And then the last book that I am super stoked about, because again, this is an author that has been super hyped up for me, and I don't think I'm going to be disappointed. I know sometimes certain authors and certain books get hyped up and then, you know, you are inevitably let down when you read them and you don't feel that way. But I feel like I'm really going to love this author and I'm really going to love this book. And that book is The Secret Keeper by Kate Morton. And I've heard so many other booktubers just gush about Kate Morton. I'm trying to think of some examples. April from Getting Hugga With It, Katie from Life Between Words, I think even Krista from Books and Jams. She has talked about Kate Morton. Yeah, there's more that I just can't think of at the moment, but I've heard that she's fantastic and that she has the way of doing mysteries tied with like historical fiction and all of that. And for some reason this story, though I think it takes place in the summertime, I really want to read it in the spring. So I don't know if maybe it's the cover, because the cover looks kind of springy to me, but I'm really looking forward to trying out Kate Morton because I have a feeling I'm going to love her, and I'm excited because then I have a whole other, like 4 or 5 other books of hers that I can get to if this one is good, and I know it's going to be, so I'm really excited. Alright guys, so those are my most anticipated spring reads, and I am so excited for spring. This winter has been brutal between like the horrible weather with like, I mean, here in Michigan we were getting like just buried in snow, like constantly. Like the second all the snow would melt, we were getting buried in it again, and it was just horrible. And then between that and then like this cold and flu season was awful. I'm just over it. I want nice weather, I want sunshine, I want to sit outside and read, I want to take my kids to the park, all that fun stuff, and so I'm just ready. And I love this time of year because I can just feel that like heaviness of winter and that like blahness of winter just kind of lifting, and yeah, I'm just ready for it. So I hope you guys are too. Please let me know down below if there are any spring reads that you are anticipating or ones that you think are just perfect spring reads, because I would love to know. But other than that, that is all I have for today, guys. I hope that you are having a wonderful week and happy spring, and I will talk to you very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.